let's be real for a second. One of the biggest reasons why you, me, him, her, everyone dives into gacha games, aside from the flashy combat and the stunning open world visual, is something a little deeper. It's because you have gambling addiction. It's the character. Sure, gameplay matters and the story can be great too, but let's not pretend we didn't hit that download button the moment we saw a character that made us go, hold up, who's that? Because at the end of the day, we're visual creatures. If it looks good, we're already halfway sold. And that's where Kuro Games doesn't just play the game. They pull ahead. Whether it's Punishing Grey Raven or Wuthering Waves, they've consistently knocked it out of the park when it comes to character design. I would say 50% of the revenue was generated by the character design itself. And playable characters aside, even some NPCs in Wuthering Waves are surprisingly well designed. Like this one girl, or this guy over here, or even the Cantarella Mark 1. They might not help with the story progression or gameplay yet, maybe, I don't know, but they add the overall vibes, and honestly, that kind of vibes matters. For another example, this guy. I don't know about you, but I don't trust that smile. It feels way too polished, like he's one dramatic monologue away from revealing his evil plan. Something about him just screamed, villain in disguise, which later might drive another problem to Raguna without us even knowing. But speaking of villains, or the antagonist role, I'd say, let's talk about a real problem that often comes with the bad guys in Wuthering Waves. The one that's been around since launch, the gatekeeping problem. While it's good for building anticipation, but some people say it wastes so much potential of the game. While other games, or let's be real, most of gacha games, will do anything to make a quick bucks by releasing a shiny new character that everybody wants, Wuthering Waves seems to prefer saving the best bite for last. Because out of all the characters we've gotten so far, here's a good character. She is good, she is good, she looks evil but turned out she is good, and she is good too. And for this one, I still don't know what's going on with her. Her personality is more confusing than my gacha luck. But ever since 1.0, all we've had are characters that are clearly on the bright side of the world. Meanwhile, the antagonists, somehow the most loved and hyped characters, are left sitting in the back room while they're waiting for the callback that never comes. But thankfully, after a full year, we finally got a real antagonist as a playable character, Phrolova, which, let's be honest, felt kinda long, or too long for a character who first appeared way back then. But hey, it seems like Kuro Games want to really marinate their villains, like slowly cook the backstory, create a real backbone, let us understand them and feel their motives, and then boom, drop them on the banner for maximum emotional impact, maybe. Because like Phrolova, after a year and a handful of story quests starting from patch 2.0, she finally became playable. So to all the Phrolovas wanted up there, congrats, you made it. But for the rest of us, not so lucky. Because let's talk about another character who's also debuted in 1.0, Scar. Remember the whole community uproar when his design was changed and the infamous onigiri deletion happened? That alone turned the fanbase into a wave of protesters. And then nothing. Radio silence, no story updates, no extra cutscene, no banner teasers, just gone. Until suddenly, out of nowhere, he reappears in 2.4, not in a banner, not in a quest, just show up for a few seconds, drop some aura, and then vanish like your crush. Scar is easily one of the most anticipated characters in Wuthering Waves. I don't know why, but maybe it's his mysterious vibes, maybe it's the villain appeal, or maybe people just want to see him go full monster mode while being playable, or maybe we're dealing with a classic case of hybristophilia. Whatever the reason is, he's popular, and if the current pattern of antagonist release continues, we might have to wait months or maybe even years before we see him in a banner. If he becomes playable at all, well, there would definitely be some differences in revenue if they release him back then or in the future, because for some people that really wants him and been saving for him since day one, might not need to spend a dime to get him after he got released in the far future that we can never see. And at this point, Cristoforo, the newly introduced character feels like it has a better shot at releasing early, if Kuro Game decided to toss him into the banner lineup, of course, and it wouldn't surprise me at all. The guy has been getting way more screen time and spotlight, especially through Rinasito's lore. I don't know if you caught it, but seems like the hints were there since early version of the game. Remember the crows that watching us everywhere?
Attention in Jinzhou years ago. It was more than just a tale.
Uncontrolled emotions in human resonators lead to disasters. It's even more dangerous in...
Yeah, Wuthering Wave might have been teasing Cristoforo all along. Well, some people call Cristoforo's design a little basic or plain for a playable character, especially for a limited 5-star, but being a 4-star character would not be too bad, no? At least it would fix some problem we had in game, like the lack of 4-star character that got released in the past few, or maybe the whole version of Wuthering Waves update. Like, which character that we got? Lumi and this blue kid? It will also fix the lack of playable male characters that people have been complaining for ages. I mean, take a look at those characters. Scar, Geshelin, and now Cristoforo. This could actually fix the issue, a little bit. And it would be a balancing point too, considering how people often call Wuthering Wave a gooner game for releasing female characters in most of their banners. And they could have made a lot of money and gained a little more traffic if they released this character instead of putting them in the glass case, because just like I said earlier, this might be good for building the anticipation, but could also go to a wrong direction like I previously discussed in my other video. This strategy might be the flip or flop moment, as many people are starting to question about will the antagonist stay evil or bad after they got released. Is it worth the wait? Will they stay relevant in the story quest as there will be cooler and better character in the future? But for me, is it considered gatekeeping? Yes, kinda, but is it a wasted potential? Not really. Why? Wuthering Waves is a game that still have a lot of regions and content to be unlocked in the future. Like in Punishing Grey Raven itself, they take about a year to release their villain, Luna, which might also work the same as Wuthering Waves. We got Phrolova after a year, and people are still hyped about her. Another example is Geshelin, maybe, while in game it was told that he vanished, but there's a possibility we will see him in the future when we go back to Huanglong region, or maybe even Scar. As long as they keep mentioning them in the game lore, I think they're not wasting any potential of the character or even the game. I mean, in Huanglong itself, we got 7 other big cities there. More surprises up ahead, and maybe we will finally see this dude get screen time in the story. Well, while a lot of people have that point of view, what do you think? Let us know in the comment section. So that's all for today. Thanks for watching.